this is the first edition of the Monroe Brand Spotlight. With me right now on the line is a fresh young indie artist from Philly, Jacqueline Constance. And shout out to James from Vanity52.com for connecting us and really making this happen.
I'm excited to talk to you, honestly. Especially being your first feature artist on your website. That's love. I appreciate that. Jacqueline Constance is just different. She's probably a lot different than what you've heard out of Philly. Her music is, before it's anything mainstream, before it's anything commercial, it's her first. And that's pretty much what she is. I am who I am, and I hope people like that. And if they don't, that's cool too. But I am who I am. I'm just different. Yes and no. Just talking regular, I'm saying? I'm still, I'm Jacqueline Constance and still Jackie, what I'm saying? But performance-wise, I'm not like a Sasha Fierce or nothing like that. Not that extreme. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do have a different sort of, dynamic on stage that I do actually sitting and talking to someone, which everyone should. I'm definitely a lot more outgoing and, So in that regard, I would say, yeah, kind of, Personally, one of my biggest influence in music is Ella Fitzgerald. If anyone knows me, they know that's my favorite singer of all time. Like, wow. She, just her vocal nuances and her rhythms and her patterns, it's just, she was way ahead of her time. And she's someone that I wouldn't say I copy, but I try to model, what I do vocally after her. Yeah. But that she's, we could go on and on. We could have a whole different interview.
Right.
Gerald, no, we could, and oh gosh, it's crazy.
And she is dope.
Yeah, she's very dope. And oh my God, she's amazing. She's amazing. Okay, but let me backtrack. What was the second question? That's a toughie. Because I always knew I could sing. I always knew I was able to match pitch and match people vocally on the radio. I knew I could do that, but I didn't actually know I could sing until I was around 9, when my mom, when she contests this to this day, she always tells the story, where there was a talent show at my elementary school, so she entered me before she told me. So I'm like, Mom, why would you do that? I'm a little 9-year-old. I'm like, why do I have to do this?
Right.
So I ended up singing it. I was singing in it and loved it, and I've been hooked ever since.
Wow.
Well, thanks, Mom. It does it. Like you said, it's very, my music's very, I won't say all over the place, because that sounds a little bit negative. But I listen to a lot of things. I grew up with my mom, blasting Shaka Khan and Tina Marie and Stevie Wonder. And then I'm also classically trained, so I got to learn about, Berlioz and Rachmaninoff and Bach and Mozart and all of that. Yeah. And, going to college, I learned about, really dove into, the a cappella singers, Take 6 and then Singers Unlimited. And, and I used what I learned from that in, my arranging. And, so it's a mix of everything I know. I think that's how music should be. It should be a mix of everything. I don't think, the title, especially now, titles on music really help, the artist anymore, puts them in a box.
Exactly.
And I want the world to know that I cannot be contained. You can try. You can try, but no. I do what I feel. Okay, so let me start with what is a loop pedal first. Okay, loop pedal is pretty much a device that pretty much loops a segment of a recording, or I think the length of it is around 5 loops it, it repeats it. So what I'm able to do is just kind of take those loops and stack them. So at the end, I'm able to kind of create a whole track or a whole, background vocals on stage. But the thing is, I got the idea of using a loop pedal. I was online one day and I was watching performances from South by Southwest. Me and my roommate actually, and we were just watching things. And she was like, "You have to check this out." So she let me see this artist. I don't know if you heard of her, but her name is Kimbra. And she was using this device, and I'm like, what is this? I have to find this, and I researched it, and it's called a loop pedal. I'm like, okay, let me try it. Like I really had no intentions of incorporating it into a lot of performances. I just wanted the device. It looked fun.
Yeah.
Why not? So, I bought it and I used it, and I'm like, this is everything. So I ended up incorporating it into my stage performances, and people love it. The response I'm getting from it, especially out here, it's amazing. Like, people are so enthralled that I'm able to be that creative on stage.
Yeah.
That I think that's where the interest comes. That I'm able to sit there and create a full track with harmonies and a bass line and a beat, and people are so enthralled by that. So it's crazy, but that's where it came from. Watching Kimbra. No, I don't really have anything that I would, I do every performance, other than take a shot. Take a shot of dark liquor. But that's it. That's about it.
Just to listen up. That's all.
Right. That's it. That's all you need. A shot of dark liquor, preferably a whiskey, Jameson. You're good. You're good. Well, other than that, no. I think that performance is where I come alive. Yeah. And I'm so comfortable with it now. I didn't used to be. It took me a while to actually get into it, but I'm so comfortable with performing. I mean, I actually prefer performing over like talking, like interviews like this. Yeah. I actually prefer it. You know what I'm saying? But there's no pre-performance rituals, none, except for my shot. My journey has probably been the same as any other indie artist in Philly. I'm just trying to get out there and grind it out. But I've been blessed that I've come into contact with some of the bigger movers and shakers in Philly. So I kind of bypassed some of the, I don't want to say remedial work, but some of the, those first sort of like steps of grinding. Not saying that anyone's giving me anything that I have, because I've worked for everything, but because of, the product that I'm giving out, because, I think I'm dope. I think I'm pretty all right,
As you should.
And the fact that I've been able to kind of network and meet people and talk to people, people respect what I do. And that's the thing, people will not, whether we're friends, whether we're cool, if they don't respect your work, they're not working with you. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Philly support Philly is one thing,
yeah,
but it's all about the product that you put out. You know what I'm saying? And if people are willing to tag their brand along with yours,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So because of what I'm doing, people are like, oh, okay, she's dope. I see her going someplace. I'm either going to help her or we're going to ride together in this. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. Now, the whole me getting gigs off of Craigslist, yes, I was so I was so itching to perform, because I've been in Philly for about 2 years now. I lived in Ohio. So when I came to Philly, I didn't know anybody. I didn't even know how to get a gig. So I went to Craigslist, and that's where I got some of my first gigs was off of Craigslist, believe it or not. So you just got to do it. You just got to go. And you just have to, figure out your own lane. Would I suggest anyone get gigs off of Craigslist? No. I would never say get you sound crazy. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But it helped me. Exactly. And it, taught me a lot of things, especially about the business and how things work and how promoters work and, what I'm saying, stuff like that. No. Okay. Not at all. Okay, so let's start with the Lee Morgan show. If you don't know, the tribute to Lee Morgan at the World Cafe Live is a collaboration between the Philly Jazz Project, Better Refreshment, which is Yusuf Muhammad, and WXPN 88.5. Pretty much, I got on that show by just meeting Yusuf, and I met Yusuf when I did a show last year called The Kickback, which is a show that's put on by Mont Brown and Astronauts Really Fly, ARF. If you don't know who they are, they're dope. Check them out. But I met him there, and I performed, and he was just so impressed by it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I have some things coming up in 2014. I want you on it. And, for me, talk is talk. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But, not until I get that call that I'm actually going to take heed to it. And then about a month ago, I got that call. Anytime Yusuf calls you, you might want to pick up the phone because it's about something crazy. So he asked me to be a part of the show. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll do it. Yes. So that was that one. But the Who Do You Love More concert, I mean, I've known Chill Moody and Bino and Hank for a couple months now, about 6 months. No, let me not lie. About a year. Let me not lie. Because, okay, I met Bino doing an audition for, like, something during last summer, during 2012 summer 2012. And through Bino, I met Chill, and then we did the Coalition 1, the first one, in 2012. And then they did it again in 2013, and that's when we really got close. But they're people that respect what I do, and they like what I do. You know what I'm saying? I got hit up about it on a bus to New York, and Chill was just asking me all these questions. I'm like, bro, why are you asking me all these questions? Like, what is these questions about? You know what I'm saying? But he asked me to be a part of it. And anytime anyone asks me to associate my brand with theirs, it's an honor. Because look here, I don't even have a single out. Yeah. And people are, putting me on their shows. So that's a blessing. Like, that's an honor. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people in my position who don't even get half the opportunities I get. So I'm humbled by everything that's been happening so far. So those pretty much how those happened. Not too much to it. A mixture of everything. I'm definitely, of course, because I'm putting out a project, I'm definitely going to be, bringing out some new music from that. But I love doing covers, especially neo soul covers. So there's some things that I have planned with both shows that I feel like people will really enjoy. Like I said, I'm not going to give away too much because I want it to be a surprise, especially for the Hard Rock show, for the Who Do You Love More concert. But it's going to be dope. I don't think people should miss these shows. You shouldn't miss them. No. You'll miss a lot. You got to come. You got to come out, for sure. I don't want to say it's my own solo project because it's not. It's a collaboration between me and producer Wes Manchild. And if you looked him up, he's worked with a lot of major artists in the city, like Antoine Davis, and Chill Moody, and Boogie Mandela. You know what I'm saying? Like he has some big stuff planned this year too. But I don't even know how the theme came about. I think he sent me a track, we've been working on this project for a while now. So he sent me a track one day, and the track just reminded me of like startup music for like a TV show. And I'm like, and I'm just writing, and I'm listening, and I'm writing, and listening, and I'm writing, and I'm like, the Jacqueline show. So I did like the intro track, and I sent it to him. He's like, yo, that's dope. Let's just run with it. So that's pretty much where it came from. You know what I'm saying? It was just an idea that just kind of popped in my head one day, listening to a track. Yeah, a lot of my sessions are real organic. I kind of do things. I mean, of course, when it comes to business, you make good decisions. But when it comes to music, music should be organic. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should really be just you vibing, you just doing what you feel and putting words to music, taking your thoughts and adding melody, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really that deep. It wasn't like a preconceived sort of idea of like, oh, this is going to be dope. Jacqueline show. No, it was just an idea. Just popped in my head. They can expect a lot of different things. I don't want to, get too much into it because I don't want to spoil anything, but it definitely, that theme kind of carries across the whole project. So you might hear things that are familiar to you. I don't, I don't want to say too many things about it, but it's definitely the connecting theme for the whole project. I mean, the songs are all different. They're all, they're all their own stories in themselves, but that's the theme that's the cohesive theme across the whole project. So, and the project's not that long. It's, 8 or 9 songs. I feel like they both go hand in hand. There's no way that I would have been able to just keep performing without a project. And there's no way that I can actually promote a project without performing. So they both go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Because even, I've been performing for about a year. And even in that, people are not satisfied with just my stage presence. They want some content. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They want something that they could go home, pull up their iPhone or their computer and listen to while they're in their cars or at home or in their dorm rooms. You know what I'm saying? So they both go hand in hand.
Exactly.
Can't have one without the other. That's a hard question because there's pros and cons to both. Being indie, you really don't have a boss. You do what you want, but you don't have the major budget like one of the top 5 do. So but my dream scenario would be me signing a deal, kind of like Janelle Monáe has, where she has the major label distribution, but she still is her own boss. She's able to control and dictate who she signs. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know Wonderland Society, you know what I'm saying? Like her deal was really revolutionary because she had content, she had a fan base, but they pretty much gave her the means to just do what she wanted to do. And that's kind of my dream scenario. But to get there, you have to put in the work. You have to prove that you're able to, do all of that on your own. You know what I'm saying? I think not enough artists really understand that in order to get to those major labels, or even to be successful indie, you have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? And really prove to people like, look, I can do this on my own. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I need you is because, you offer me more money or you have more connects. You'll get me to a higher level. But, you know what I'm saying? That's what you have to prove as an indie artist. So, but that scenario will probably be my dream scenario. Winning a Grammy. Look here, I'm determined. But artistically, just making music that's true to me. Like, I'm ever learning, I'm ever growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like as an artist, your job is to grow. Your job is to get better. So, Jacqueline Constance 2 or 3 years down the line, it's going to be like she's good now, but 2 or 3 years down the line, she's going to be a monster. So, you know, I look forward to the journey to it. You know what I'm saying? Just what exactly I'm going to learn and exactly what to do in these next 2 to 3 years. That's really going to catapult me to where I need to be. But that Grammy, yeah, that's 2 years. Yeah, my Grammy. Sing for my mental. Okay, the whole rundown. Cool. The Jacqueline Show. First off, Jacqueline Show will be out February 11th. Don't know it's a collab between me and West Manchild. Just, soul music. So just go check that out. Just follow me on Twitter, JackCon Music, JACQCON Music. On Instagram, just add an 88 to the end of that. Just, stay in tune with me. Just, follow me. Because I have some major things coming this year. So follow me, stay with me, you know what I'm saying? And rock with me. All I can really say. Rock out with me.
Exactly. Okay, well, again, thank you so much for talking to me, being the first person on MB Spotlight, the first artist, the dope artist at that, on MB Spotlight. And again, I wish you all the best. And
thank you.